My name's Amy Sammis. I'm a registered dietitian at Hopedale Medical Complex. This week is week 2 for National Nutrition Month. So each week we are celebrating a nutrition theme. So keep your eyes peeled on Facebook for more posts to come. Today we're going to talk about ways to dine out and make healthy choices. I have attached a document for your reference. It's just an abbreviated version of what I'm going to talk about today, but you can print that document off and keep it for your own use at a later time. So let's go through the 8 steps for healthy eating when you're dining out. So the first step is to select a healthy restaurant to eat at. I know it's not always our choice where we go, but when you do have the choice, try and think of somewhere where you can get some healthy options. So one of those places where you could get healthy options, one place that I like to go is a steakhouse. You typically have options for leaner meats. Things like chicken, fish, or seafood are often available at steakhouses. And even if you wanted that steak, you could get a small steak on the leaner side, like a tenderloin or a sirloin. In addition to that, steakhouses typically have vegetable sides, so you could get a baked potato, or you could get green beans, steamed carrots, some broccoli perhaps, and then they have a side salad option typically, or you could even go to the salad bar and make yourself a salad. So steakhouses are really good options, and picking the place that's going to set you up for success in the beginning is a really good idea. The second thing that I suggest is previewing the menu online. Many places do have an online menu that you can look at, and most places will have at least a calorie count on their menu, so you can kind of get a good idea of what would be a healthy option before you get there. That way when you sit down and the waiter comes and you're not sure what you want yet, you don't make a bad decision, going with a hamburger and fries instead of the leaner option that you seeked out before you even got there. The third step is to be easy on the bread and chip basket. So I know not all places do this, but some of those steakhouses will bring out a basket of rolls or a basket of chips if you're at a Mexican restaurant, and they tend to keep refilling them, right? If you're really hungry when you get there, what do? We eat way too many of those. And lots of times we can be full before our meal even gets there. So I highly recommend asking them to hold the bread basket or just send one roll on the side with a meal. That would be a good idea. Or just hold the chips. Or if you want a few chips, have them just bring it with your meal so that you can enjoy all of your food. The fourth step is to stick with a low-calorie drink. So drinks themselves can add up to an entire meal's worth of calories, especially if you're getting sugar-sweetened beverages or alcoholic beverages. So things like soda or beer or that sugary cocktail that you like to get, those can all add up to about, if you have 1 to 2 of them, that could be anywhere from 300 to 500 calories. Okay? So think about sticking with water or an unsweetened tea or perhaps an unsweetened coffee as well. Those are all good options. If you want an alcoholic beverage, try and pick one that's lighter in calories. If you look at this chart, you can see that the pina colada is probably not the best choice at 490 calories, right? So think about maybe a light beer or a glass of wine, red or white would be fine, and try to stick to just one, because these calories add up with multiple drinks, right? And you can get an entire meal's worth of calories just from an alcoholic beverage. The fifth step, watch out for keywords in the title or description of the food item that can indicate unhealthy choices. So words that often indicate fried foods are crispy, crunchy, golden, battered. So we know avoiding fried foods is what we want to do because we're going to save calories, right? Fat has a lot of calories. Fatty foods have a lot of calories. Words that indicate cream, butter, or cheese, also high calorie, are a la mode, which means ice cream, Alfredo, au gratin, béarnaise, bisque, sautéed, scalloped, and white sauce. Now, sautéed can be a decent option. You're just going to want to ask your waitress, what is it sautéed in? Is it sautéed in butter or oil? So butter would be a poor option because butter is very high in saturated fat, correct? And even if they do use oil, a light oil is fine, but drenched in oil, again, adds a lot of calories. Step number 6 is to ask questions and don't be afraid to make special requests. Waiters are often very happy to accommodate your requests as long as they're not over the top, right? So asking for condiments on the side, or hold the cheese, or making any kind of special request. If you're watching your sodium, ask them not to salt your meat when they put it on the grill, right? These are all fairly easy things to do in most restaurants, and the waiter's happy to accommodate you, and especially if you give her a good tip, right? The 7th thing is portion control. Some people ask for a to-go box right from the beginning, so that they know they can put half their meal away and have a second meal at another time, and they have properly portioned their meal. They're not tempted to overeat, right? So you can ask for a to-go box from the get-go, or you could share with a friend or with a loved one, share a dish. And the 8th and last step is skip the dessert. Either skip or split the dessert. So most of us are pretty full by the end of a meal when we eat out. I know I usually am. So really assess whether that dessert is necessary. If the dessert is part of why you chose the place and you really want to indulge yourself, go for it. But see if you can't cut half of it and only eat half of the dessert, split it with somebody, take it home, save it for another time. You can always see too if they have a fruit option. So you could get a bowl of fruit and maybe ask for a little dollop of whipped cream and see if that would satisfy your desire for dessert. Well, thanks for tuning in. We're going to have more posts this month on Facebook regarding National Nutrition Month. I hope you have a wonderful week.